favorites.
Finals, right? They're going to become the favorites. But right here this weekend, it's all about being the champion of Aspen and leaving with some gold hardware. We're kicking things off here with Spartan of Team Renegades.
Yeah, I'm excited. Spartan has been so good in all the online qualifiers, and I'm expecting to see wonderful things from here with Team Renegades. Off the break, you see both teams just trying to get that map control and then try and push forward. Nice win from Spartan as he tries to find the double. Not going to be able to do so.
That's right. Now we'll go ahead and switch over to APG when he comes back off the respawn. But if you've been watching or playing Halo for a long time, you might recognize the geometry of this map. This is Truth, and it is the spiritual successor to Halo 2's midship. So we're looking at very linear, symmetrical 2-base gameplay. So the objective here, of course, is to take the enemy flag and bring it back to your base. The first team to do it 3 times will win.
Stellar, of course, bear in mind, has that energy sword, and he's managed to put it to good use so far, has picked up 2 kills, but Ace for Team Liquid being pretty aggressive, pushing towards that Renegade flag now. We'll see if maybe he can try and go for a pull, but has to back off that nade, hit him clean the face, taking away half of his shield, just playing this one wise, as you would expect from a player like Ace.
Right, you see here as he's teaming up with Hines, and we talked about this in the last series, actually. You need to know when to slow this game type down, and that's exactly what they just did. They have control of their street, they have control of Pink, and they know that they just need to play their game and wait a little bit. You see they're losing teammates, though, so they can't rush in just yet. They're going to slow it down. Once they pick up this kill, there's going to be a trade there. So once again, to talk about the full landscape, Ace just had 2 players on his team die. He has to stay here in the second level of the Pink Tower. This is one of the biggest power positions on the map. He needs to stay here, and what he's doing right now is just waiting for his teammates to respawn. Then, once they have numbers and control options and sightlines, he can once again try another push.
Yeah, it's just all about buying time, and he's done that perfectly. His teammates coming off spawn, trying to pick up a couple of kills, but unfortunately, Victory X there in the kill feed doing a fantastic job. And Ace is kind of stuck right now, brother. He can't really do anything, but again, he tracks back, picks up the kill. He's just anchoring down this team perfectly.
Yep, look at this. He's laying down the shots. And I tell you what, if you see a player in Pink 2 for a while, whether they're getting kills or not, it's generally an indicator that they are doing the right thing. They're controlling the power position, and their sheer presence alone on that part of the map is going to be a really big deal and difference maker here as he lights up that flag carrier. You see in capture the flag, if you are shot by the opponent, you will get lit up with a little icon that will let the enemy team know where you are, which means the pressure is on.
That was beautiful work right there from Renegade. Stella pulled that flag, dropped the flag, completely baited out Ace bottom blue.
That's right, and looks like that flag now is going to go in there for Ninja, who is going to be able to cap that for Renegade. So now we'll go over to Ninja, who has camo in hand as well. Now Team Renegades up 1-0.
Oh, and this is such a lethal combination. When you have camo and you pick up that energy sword as well, you can do some real work with it. And you see, just like that on legit, not expecting it all. The BR at hand, that's a double kill. Looking for potentially the triple kill. Going to have to throw the grenade, but I don't think he's going to clean it up. In fact, he does get the triple kill just in time. And you can see that combination, bravo, so lethal.
Big stuff there from Ninja, and even more important than than the triple kill there was actually the movement that he did to get that, right? He pushes up top, he cleans out players on the enemy team that are all in power positions here, and continues to go on a rage here.
Ninja is just picking them apart by himself, gets a kill with the flag, has managed to get the flag outside of the base, now has to rely on his teammates to try and pull that further.
That's right. Now it looks like now on board with Hines of Team Liquid. He's going to try to get this flag back, and I think they might be able to get this back if they have numbers.
Oh, I don't think they're going to have time.
Nope. And
that flag's going to be run in. That's going to be 2-0 Renegades.
The speed at which Renegades is playing this. We talked about how Spartan and Ninja love to play fast. Now we're on board with Spartan there. He brings in that second flag cap. It feels like they've had the sword and the camo throughout the entire game. Now they also have control here. They're pushing out of their street onto Pink 3. So Renegades could make this a very quick CTF match.
Spartan just going to play this one wise. Just backstrike. Wants to make sure his complete base is free of Team Liquid players. And you see he's pretty weak. Just waiting for his teammates to clean out that base. Finally gets caught by that grenade, but immediately you can see there on that player cam pointing out, this is exactly what he was pointing out. Stella picks up the perfect kill on Unlegit, knows there's one more bottom blue. Ninja tries to go for the slam, not going to connect with it, but Stella being so cautious here, doesn't want to push out. Ace does clean up that kill, and that's what you want to see. Ace now finally being a little aggressive.
Yes, indeed. Now we haven't seen too much from Unlegit. We'll go over to him on the Team Liquid side. They are down 0-2. We need to figure out how they're going to bounce back in this game. This is quite a deficit, and let me tell you why, Ben. Normally when you're playing a match, you have an opportunity to take some risks. So it looks like there might... Oh my gosh!
He just stole that.
Goes flying by. Ninja the turns though, so making sure he does not get bit on that mistake. He's going to pick up that kill on Unlegit. Camo will be burned, but I was going to say, you know, if we look at the rosters here, it looks like, I mean, Team Liquid does not have many room for errors at all, right? They cannot afford to make a mistake here. We're back on board now with the Renegades and Spartan the dog.
Exactly as you said, bravo. If they make one mistake, you know Renegade's going to capitalize on it. And the kills now going in Renegade's favor. That's going to be 3 down. The flood to that enemy flag. In fact, 3 players pushing straight in towards that base, and Spartan is doing a good job of just locking this down.
That's right. And if you take a look at it right now, his expression, how vocal is, he's yelling at his team exactly where to force those spawns. And take a look at his position. He can rain bullets down here from top mid. And that's exactly what he's going to do as they run this last flag in. And yes, that is going to be it. A 3-0 victory from Renegades over Team Liquid.
What a statement that is going into game one. And look at the hype. This is exactly what we were talking about. This is what you needed to see from Renegades. They needed to have that energy inside the booth. And bravo, you predicted it perfectly. It's exactly what's happening.
That's right. That's the first team that we've seen such a successful victory from. And then they erupt right there, right? High fives across the board. When we were watching the earlier matches, that wasn't the case. CLG expected to win. Allegiance expected to win. But Renegades has something to prove here. And they're doing just that with a 3-0 win right there on CTF Truth.
And you look at the kills as well. 11 there for Ninja, 5 assists, 8 deaths. Spawn, 9 kills, 4 assists, 7 deaths. Stella, 12 kills, 6 assists, 8 deaths. Victory X, 11 kills, 9 assists there as well. And just in terms of the kills that they were picking up as a team, it was even slaying pretty much for the entire squad, which just tells you the story of just fantastic positioning and knowing where to position themselves on the map.
That's right, and I mean, Team Liquid cannot be thrilled with that. I think it's safe to say that they were caught off guard, right? Renegades making some very key movements there. I think the camo control, the sword control, and it came at a very interesting time because we were just talking about how that pink control that Ace had was working so well for them. And as soon as they lost that, they both died. That flag went in right away. And Renegades did not let up. I love what we saw from Ninja with the camo. He takes the sword to top mid. I believe it was through pink 2 that he gets up there, pushes across, gets that triple kill, and is able to clear out the base. When you see players using a power up and a power weapon in a power position, getting multi-kills, you know they're doing something right. Ninja picking up a key triple. They're going to continue to run flags. Team Liquid shut it down for a split second, but then Renegades runs that third flag in. And I got to say, we'll take a look at right here as you're tweeting your answer to us. Looks like 76% are saying Team Liquid, but that vote may change a bit after folks have now seen game number 1 from Renegades.
I imagine the hashtag Renegades on Twitter are definitely going to be coming in. Remember, you guys can vote on Twitter as well. Just use hashtag of the team you want to win and hashtag HaloWC for your vote to be registered. But just to touch on that point about Ace that you were making there at the end of that game, had some fantastic position and kind of they seem to lose control essentially, but this is where what we were talking about in the pregame is going to be so important for Ace. He has to now use that experience. This is the key time. You're 1-0 down, first game of X Games in the group. You need to utilize that experience. Look to your team and say, guys, deep breath, doesn't matter. Start from 0 again. This next game, we'll win, slay it, and we'll go from there.
And you know, I love there. We were watching Spartan the Dog at the end. If you happen to be watching his player cam, it looks like this. Renegades
the Renegade votes are flying
back.
in.
We might see a 50-50 vote, or that might just even go all the way in favor of Renegades now as you all are voting.
Glory Hunters.
That's right.
Look at all the Glory Hunters
voting with
there.
us on Twitter. And right now,
Renegades
dancing around 50, and Renegades take the lead. But, I mean, I love what we saw from Spartan the Dog. If you were watching his player cam when he was on the opponent's street, he saw that flag being run. He's yelling to his teammates, run the flag this way. We need to block this spawn and run it through. The second that flag run starts, he knows the pink 1 spawn is blocked, charges to top middle and starts raining down gunfire on his opponent. Brilliant stuff from Spartan the Dog. That is textbook true CTF gameplay.
Yeah, and he actually picked up one of those kills and managed to pick up the assist on the second.
Right.
So
I mean,
really
they had
showed
no
you the damage
prayer,
he put
right?
down.
I mean, Spartan the Dog, that's when you also know that a team has so much control because Spartan the Dog's positioning was perfect, correct, and he was getting kills. However, his team had run that flag so quickly that those two players probably wouldn't even have made a difference as well. Exactly. So that was just really icing on the cake.
And it was completely uncontested as well.
That's right.
They just couldn't do anything about it. But now, heading into game number 2, we go to a Slayer Eden. And after we saw everything in game 1 there, I'm a little worried now for Liquid. I think the key for Liquid is the break. They need to try and get control of these power weapons. Of course, you're going to have rockets, you're going to have sniper rifle, and they need it. They really do to get that confidence back up.
Let's go ahead, and we're going to start things off now with Spartan. The Dog. He had such a solid performance in that game 1. Blows the barrels. Let's see if he goes for the early sniper grab. No, he's going to go for the delay and try to get out of here, thrust through. Only half shield, so good job there to grab the sniper rifle. We'll stay on board with him as Renegades takes an early 2-0 lead.
They have rocket control as well, so they've managed to completely win the power weapon lottery right there. Both power weapons in their hand. You can expect to see Renegades pull away to maybe an early lead here. It's already sitting at 4-1, and instantly Team Liquid slow this game down.
I need to point out where Ninja is right now. Take a look at this with the shotgun. He's over here in outside, right near Turbine. So if anyone tries to break that outside corner, they will pay the price dearly. But it looks like they might be aware that he might be over there, but he comes around the corner and is going to take out that kill on Hines. Trade, so I'm not sure how I feel about that trade specifically. But back over to Spartan with the sniper rifle in hand. It's 6-3 now. I'm not sure if that was the push that they needed at that moment. Look at that kill there from Spartan.
May have arguably overcommitted just a little bit, but it was a trade nevertheless. You have Spartan controlling that blue base with that sniper rifle. This is exactly what you want, but you need to support him, and you see just that coming in the form of Stellar with rockets. This is going to be so difficult now for Team Liquid to break.
I love what I saw from Stellar, just firing rockets, cleaning out his own base, knowing exactly what he needs to do. But it's worth noting, Renegades is a little bit trapped right now. As we take a look at Team Liquid, they are collapsing on blue outside right now, so they need to be very careful with how they get out of this base. But they are able to pick up one of the kills there. Now 3 players alive for each team.
Oh, what a shot that was from Spawn. Just snaps onto APG and connects with that kill. As you said, Liquid were collapsing on Renegade's position, but it doesn't matter because Renegades just sat there and said, all right, you want to run at us? That's absolutely fine. We'll slay you out.
That's right. Look at that slide there coming across the map.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He stuck himself. Spawn, a massive, massive mistake. Bear in mind, of course, he did have the sniper rifle in hand to stick himself at this level. He's going to be kicking himself after that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, especially if Team Liquid was able to start to bounce back now, which would be absurd. A tragic mistake there, letting a plasma grenade actually hit off the wall back to himself now, as it's now a 4-kill game, 12-8 in favor of Renegades.
And this is going to be key because Liquid have complete control of rockets. You can expect to see them pick that up. And that could reduce that deficit pretty heavily. It's now just at 4. Of course, Team Slayer first to 50 kills will win. Renegades, as it stands, 12-8 kills up. But as we said, we do have a position where Liquid have rocket control. It's going to be this man right here, APG, going to pick up. In fact, didn't. His teammate already killed him. So, bit of a waste for a rocket there. Needs to be careful because he's straight into that Promethean grenade.
Absolutely has to be careful right here. Like you said, I believe they do end up picking up that kill on Victory X, so they're going to be able to push out. But it looks like now 10-13 is the score.
2 rockets remaining, so that deficit is being reduced. And APG just sticking with his teammate Heinz there, just peeking out. Got that call out. Of course, new sniper rifle is up. Now, if your APG hit, do you use that rocket on snipe when it spawns, or do you try and use it early?
You know, I think it's really going to be situational for him. If he needs to use it to keep control of security of this tower right here, he's going to do it. So he picks up the double kill.
Triple.
And yes, indeed, that's a triple kill from APG. Look at that, only down by 1 kill. So what a turn of events there, Benson. Unfortunately, Spartan the Dog getting caught with his own sticky grenade, and now we have a 14-16 game, and Team Liquid is right back in it.
You can definitely look at that as a mistake, but this is going to be key here for APG. If he can pick up a couple of kills, they may be able to get control of Sniper. He does get one. It was immediately traded, so you still have 1 player from Renegades ready and waiting for that sniper rifle, and I believe it has actually just been picked up.
That's indeed. Let's go ahead and now back over to Stellar. We saw a little bit from him in game 1. He does have the sniper rifle in hand for Renegades. Their score is now 20-15, so they've bounced back a bit here, and they have power weapon control.
And it's very interesting to me watching Renegades play Slayer. Very different than what we saw with Allegiance, the #1 North American seed earlier on in the game, or earlier on in the day, I should say. Allegiance, when they got power weapon control, they rotated all the way around the map, whereas it seems Renegades seem more than happy to wait for Liquid to push them.
Oh, and looks like, I mean, Stellar getting pretty aggressive here. Several times he's poked out with low shields, but has not been picked off as of yet. His teammate will fall, but not to worry too much. But 22-18, so Liquid is bouncing back yet again, and that's because Stellar has not been in the position to get those kills, but as I'm quickly corrected there as he picks up that headshot.
Oh, he went for the snapshot, not going to connect. And this is where you want to see Stellar potentially push towards that outside. With new rockets coming in, if Renegades can get control of them as well, they're really going to start to build.
I'll go ahead and switch over now to APG, who once again has rockets in hand for Team Liquid. So it's a 6-kill game, 18-24, now 18-25. It looks like Renegades going to put even more points on the board, but APG doing what he needs to do to get these kills.
He's very, very efficient with rockets so far this game. Of course, he saw him pick up the triple kill earlier on, able to pick up 1 now as he slowly starts to creep in towards that Renegades blue base where they've been locking down for the majority of this game. If he can get that pick on the sniper rifle, it would have been huge, but he's not going to be able to do it. Spartan able to clean him up. Now as we head over towards Stellar, who does still have that sniper rifle in hand. He has about, I believe that was 6 bullets left. He actually trades out that piece of the assault rifle. Immediately goes for the challenge on unlegit. Is he going to win it? Yes, he is. Nice play.
I tell you, that's exactly why he went to tower, right? There's only one reason why Stellar would be pushing into tower at a time like that, and that's because his opponent must have just dropped the shotgun, which respawns 10 seconds after it's dropped with no ammo left in it. So he comes over there, he picks up the kill, I have to say, with a perfect use of the thruster pack, right, to get that kill with the AR, and then comes away with the shotgun. So now taking a look at the score, Ace gets taken down, but right away, this game has run away. We'll go to Victory X, but it's 33-23.
You can see how quickly this game has started to spiral out of control here for Team Liquid. They were so close. They were in touching distance, but now they find themselves trailing 10 kills. And honestly, it seems like Renegades have all the control of the map, all of the momentum as well. Ninja doing work with that shotgun, gets traded there to Heinz, and Victory X playing this one so smart. just peeking out slightly, throwing their grenades, of course, new rockets up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Victory X doing what he needs to do. We said we need him to deliver, and he is playing well. A 10-kill lead, Benson, in a game like Slayer is massive, right? And keep in mind,
especially at this point in the game,
right, there's a lot that players are playing for here. Specifically, we got to talk about Ninja, right? Dropped from Team Liquid before this event, and now we're seeing what he can do here with his team. Like we said, he wants to get revenge. He's being pushed from outside. Victory X, being pushed from outside, as we will see a little bit of a push here coming in, as we'll now go back over to Unlegit.
Let's see, Unlegit does have rockets, and of course this could be key to trying to reduce that deficit, but they are trailing so much. It's 11 kills, so despite power up and control from Team Liquid, Renegades still able to extend that lead, and it seems for now as if Unlegit just waiting for his teammates to come up off spawn, potentially give him a little bit extra support. He doesn't want to waste these rockets. He only has 3 left, and this could be key to starting that comeback.
That's right, and keep in mind these rockets are spawning every few minutes for those of you who might be joining us here on ESPN3. First of all, welcome to the Halo World Championship Tour Aspen Exchange Invitational. We got some of the best Halo players in the world fighting here, and we're bringing you this action live from the X Games Festival grounds. But these rockets, as I was saying, they spawn every few minutes, so the teams are constantly setting up around them, so they need to master that art and get the power weapon control. Right now, we're seeing this game totally slowed down, and that's what I love from Renegades. They have sniper rifle in hand. I'll go ahead and give you a peek at that. It's Spartan the dog, and they don't need to push at all, right? They have an 11-kill lead. Even though the fact that Team Liquid might have rockets, we're just going to see Renegades play this one out. I mean, this is a substantial margin that they are up by, and they're not going to risk anything here because they're playing for X Games gold.
Exactly. You can just wait at this point for Team Liquid to push you, and it has been, to be honest, the playstyle that we've seen from Renegades all throughout this map. They've been more than happy to give Spartan the sniper rifle and say, hey, we're going to play around you. If you get picks, fantastic. We're just going to stay towards this blue base, get perfect control of power weapons, and that's going to be the problem right now because Unlegit still does have rockets.
And I got to say, Unlegit, we got to take a look at his situation. He was actually surrounded by Splinter Grenade there for just a second, but finally he gets out of that situation. Just poking out with the thrust to go ahead and give a little bit of a head check to see what might be out there without putting his face out too much. But this game has slowed down significantly, and reason being, Benson, neither team wants to make the mistake, right?
Of course.
There's so much they're playing for, and they know that the wrong move in this situation could really cost them. We'll go back over to Spartan with the sniper.
It's as you said, if Team Liquid push out and they make a mistake, they lose the game. And if Renegades make a mistake now, they arguably allow Liquid back into this. And
which they don't want to do, right? They don't even want this game to be within 5 kills. That's not what they're looking for. They want to keep this very, very comfortable 12-kill lead here, as it looks like a little bit of action starting up. And I have to say,
new rockets are actually up as well.
And yes, they're going to be setting up for those now as well. So kills finally coming across the board now, as it looks like Renegades is able to get one, but so is Team Liquid.
Unfortunately, Spartan not able to pick that up, so the lead still in their favor, but it is now down to just 10. Ace needs to be careful. Does have the support here of APG with rockets, and Ace may actually be trying to bait out. I believe that was Stella there.
Actually, I wonder, oh no, Ace actually came back, and Spartan just put a bullet right in the back of his head. He tried to sprint back and tell him about the intel he had just got about that base, but now they'll never know.
10-kill lead, 42-32. Renegades just 8 kills away from going 2-0 up in this best-of-5 series. APG starting to potentially peek out, try and get some information. I mean, if they continue to play this pace though, Bravo, with only 3 minutes 10 left in the game, they're going to be forced to do something.
I got to show you this here. We're looking at Ninja. Once again, he's always in the sneaky spot.
He loves it. His name is Ninja. He's playing like one.
Right now, he's just hanging out around Blue Yard, just waiting to see if anyone might try to push outside, but they're going to play this very comfortably. Renegades is looking very good now. They're at 43-32 in this game 2 Slayer, and he's going to get the SMG and creep around this corner. Of course, he would be able to lay waste to anyone assuming he gets the first shot.
And the problem Liquid are going to have right now is the perfect power up control they have. A new sniper rifle up, they're going to get control of it. They're not going to allow Liquid any moment to breathe. This Ninja cleans up APG. He will fall, but again, damage done. That just sheer control of the map they have now. Victory X, you see, with that sniper rifle, they just need 5 more kills. Liquid, they have a mountain to climb, quite literally.
Yes, they do. It looks like Team Liquid is desperately trying to get outside, but Victory X knows that, so he's going to be watching these exact sight lines. His teammates are very hesitant to push out the doorway because of the incoming grenades, but 45-35, still a 10-kill lead for Renegades, as those rockets, I believe, have dropped, if I'm not mistaken. They will be in the hands.
This is still possible. It is worth mentioning. If you're new to Halo, comebacks like this have been known to happen. It is pretty rare, but unfortunately, Victory X with sniper rifle misses 2 shots. Ace manages to pick up the kill with the BR. That is huge, because now APG gets rockets. If they're quick, they may actually be able to get sniper rifle control as well, and that will bring them back into this game.
We were talking about
exactly
this is what Team Liquid wants to do. This is what Renegades does not want to happen. It's now a 7-kill game, 38-45. They have a few more kills to get back on the board, but a sniper is in the hands of Unlegit on the Liquid side as well, so they have power weapons in hand.
Now this is exactly where you want to see Renegades look at the clock and say, hey, minute 30 left, 45-38 game.
That's right.
Force Liquid to come to us. force them because they know they have a sniper rifle.
And here's APG now going to try to go into tower. He knows this one might be around here. He's being very careful, creeping around, of course, to make sure he doesn't appear on that motion tracker, but he doesn't see anyone just yet. Now 39 to 46 kills still being exchanged. 40 to 46. It's a 6-kill game.
And Legit just got a double there with the sniper rifle, and that gives APG license now to maybe push and be a little bit more aggressive, but time is running out. They are playing against the clock here.
He could have pushed there, but instead they're making sure no one pushed outside, and looks like actually one player has pushed across.
Oh, he's not going to pick up the kill with the rockets, and he's so weak. He does manage to get that distraction, though. 41, 46, 57 seconds left in this game. Can Team Liquid fall back into APG with the rocket? No! A suicide! That is going to put them back 1 kill. It's a 7-kill game with less than 50 seconds to go. Liquid need to push. They cannot continue playing at a slow pace.
And now going up over Stellar, he just picked up 1 kill, so 48 to 41. Let's take a look, and it looks like there's going to be a push there from Victory X. He grabbed the rocket launcher, now 49 to 41. This could be it. Yes, Renegades is able to close it out, and my goodness, Benson,
game.
Once again, Renegades on their feet in the booth. They lead the series 2-0, but that's another time that we saw right there. I mean, APG jumps up with the rockets. Unfortunately, too high right there. Gets actually a suicide from that moment. His team will lose a kill. They do not get the kill. And I tell you what, that would have been a free kill. That player had no shields. All he needed to do was place that rocket in the general vicinity, and they could have brought that. I believe it would have been 42-46.
Yeah, it would have been extremely close. A 4-kill game. Then you have to look about
still had the sniper rifle in hand. I have to say,
I have to ask you, okay, I have to ask you, if you were coaching right there, if you were coaching Liquid,
yes,
what would you have been saying there? Because we saw they were playing against the clock, they had the deficit, but I feel like, obviously, you can't just run out and say, all right, we need to challenge, we need to get kills, because this is not going to work, because they're just going to slay you out. So how do you play those moments in Halo 5?
Yeah, I think that is a very specific, you picked up on it. There was a moment there where they had the chance, as we take a look at Team Liquid now down 0-2 in the series, there was a moment where APG had to make a decision in tower. Did he want to push across to the enemy base and try to pinch a spawn? But it sounded like, based on what I would imagine was his team's communication, instead they were worried about people spawning outside pushing blue, or even getting front base, which is what happened. They went front base.
Yeah.
So APG made the wise decision to push back. You have to wonder what might have happened if he tried to move across the map and circle outside. I mean, there's a lot of what-ifs there, but I think they were playing that right. I think they made sure that no one's behind them, because you want to be... The one thing you don't want to do is make a risky play on trying to guess a spawn and then have less information. In the play that they decided to do, they knew exactly where their opponents were, and APG was actually in position to get that rocket kill, but that's when things start to fall apart. They lost a kill, they lost rockets, they lost tower presence, and they already had a player who was being dangerous front base, who had just been cleaned up. So, I mean,
such a pivotal point in that game.
At that point, Renegades is going to push in. And it's tough to say, right? I mean, if APG had even got that rocket kill, that does not mean that they would have been back in the game.
Of course.
Right? Renegades, if I had to bet, Renegades probably still had positioning enough to get them the win. And I don't think...
And they had the clock in their favor as well.
Sure. I think we only had about maybe 30 seconds left at that point. So Renegades is able to close out that match, which was just expedited there by that APG suicide. But taking a look at Ace there on Team Liquid, they know what they need to do to bounce back in this series, but it won't be easy. They will need to win Stronghold's Empire. They'll need to win CTF Coliseum, and lastly, a Game 5 Slayer on the rig. So game number 3 is going to be Stronghold's Empire. Will Renegades upset with a 3-0 sweep? And I think we may have changed our minds here.
It was pretty heavy in Liquid favor. Now all of a sudden you can see everyone getting on social media giving Renegades some love. 75% to just 25%. And one thing I want to point out right now is look at the difference in the booth. Obviously, Ace, just some small talk. I mean, obviously you're not going to be happy when you're 2-0 down, but this is the key moment. This is where you have to rally the troops. You have to sit down and you have to say, guys, come on, we have this. Let's just start. It's baby steps at this point.
It is.
You have to win one map at a time, and you have to go very, very slowly and very, very gradually. But silence in a booth is never a good thing.
Oh, no, and that's, I mean, that's really the story of this series, right? I mean, it's told by it's told by the Twitter poll. I think a lot of us thought Team Liquid is an all-star roster. They're going to do what it takes to win this series. And instead, we all slowly started to change our minds. Actually, Renegades
seem pretty good in this game. We should probably vote for them.
So those votes have changed. Many of you, whether you're voting with us on Twitter or not, may also be thinking along those lines. We're jumping into Empire here. This is going to be Strongholds on Empire. You saw it in the first series. This is a chaotic map. Teams need to control the outside bases, and they need to also control that bottom pit. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and jump out with time. So Victory X is going to get this first blue base. Now it's going to be, of course, they're going to try to get that bottom hill as well. So Benson, Strongholds is all about controlling 2 of the 3 points that exist on the map, and of course rotating your control around the battleground as well.
The pit right now is going to be the highly contested area on the map. You're going to see floods and floods of players just jumping in, trying to get control of it. For now, I believe it has just gone in favor of Team Liquid.
Heinz rocking the pizza and fries combo, right? He's got the last slice pepperoni pizza AR along with the Lord of the Fries. I tell you what, Heinz, those are actually two of Heinz's favorite foods, and anyone who's been with Heinz, watching him for a while, knows that is his stuff. He feels like those new Halo 5 weapon skins were made for him, so it's awesome to see him rocking those fancy skins here. But that's not going to be enough. He also needs to put some fancy numbers on the board for his team to advance through this series. So taking a look at the early scoreboard, let's go ahead and stay on board for just a moment through the respawn with Ace and Team Liquid, as it looks like Renegades once again off to an early lead here, 9-3. They do have 2 points, but it looks like it's going to be converted. Yes, so now as you see on your screen, Ace and Team Liquid will begin scoring.
But the problem is 3 players fall there for Team Liquid, so immediately Renegades jump. You had Ninja putting some pressure on Red Base. If he won that would have been a trip cap in favor of Renegades.
That was quite a crouch strafe there from Unlegit. I feel like he's earned the right to be on our screen right now, his point of view, because that was quite some AR crouch work there. And okay, we didn't see this in the first series enough. You need to control Turbine on this game type because this allows you to fully rotate. Imagine if you just needed to have an anchor point around the map. That is Turbine. Ironically, it is not what you might expect Tower on Strongholds. You want Turbine for one reason. You want to control that, and if you want to control the pit, obviously, you can drop down into the pit and then quickly run right back up, right? That's what you want to be able to do.
And you have
that
easy
luxury.
rotations to both blue and red.
Exactly. It's also all about the rotations. If you ever lose red, you can go ahead and swing right around to blue while still keeping eyes on the pit. So you're going to see teams vying for control of that Turbine area right next to this bottom middle.
This is a big win if Heinz is able to get it, but he's not. Unfortunately, Pit will stay in favor of Renegades. Ninja looks as if he may have to drop down, but OS is up, and Unlegit was able to get that. And luckily, Overshield helping Unlegit capture that Pit. That was very smart play timing that OS.
That's right. Now, taking a look at the score here, we do have the Renegades right now losing control. Finally, Team Liquid is going to start putting points on the board, but it's worth noting they've put some points here. Now, 28-12 is the score. As a reminder, these teams are playing the first to 100 points.
Yes, and you need, as you said earlier on, 2 of those strongholds control to earn points. Of course, if you do get 3, you'll be earning double the amount of points, which is always nice. As VictorX has a gunfight, it looks as if he may decide to back down from that, but 3 players once again fall here for Renegades. Team Liquid going to get some good control, and they may actually push in towards that blue base, put a little bit of time on. That's exactly what they're going to do. APG pushing down for a trip cap. This is going to help massively reduce that deficit. In actual fact, blue base is gone as well, though, so it will just stay as a 2-to-1 stronghold.
That's right, advantage. But it will let Team Liquid, of course, control right here and get back on the board. This is a very close game. It's 21-30. Just for a few minutes of control, they can very quickly gain the lead. So we'll go over here now to Stellar on the other side. He falls. We'll stay on board with him through the respawn. As you see, his team is now trying to control bottom middle. They need to get this back, but Team Liquid, Ben, has climbed back now. It's a 30-27 game.
And that's a big win from Stellar as he picks up 1. Ninja helps him with the second. Pit goes back to Renegade's control. The SMG helps him out there as he cleans up Unlegit. So now Renegade's back to a 2-to-1 stronghold advantage. Start to increase that lead, and more importantly, Stellar has scatter shot as well. So anyone that jumps into Pit from Team Liquid is in massive danger. You can see the damage Stellar can do with that, and that's exactly why Ace threw that grenade expecting Stellar to be up there.
We actually had 2 dead there for Team Liquid for a moment, so that is dangerous. As you see, Unlegit is desperately trying to stay alive. That's going to be 3 dead for a moment as well. So we'll see if Liquid can still maintain control. And looks like Renegades, of course, will now start to rack up points once again. Now 41-28, so about 10 unanswered points there from Renegades.
Now at this point, is it? Oh, in fact, it's a trip cap right now for Renegades. So that goes the question I was originally going to ask you.
This is such a terrible situation to be in. You know why? Because you don't know exactly where to push and how. As we look at this map,
that's so unfortunate. Heinz so nearly got overshield right there, and in actual fact, you're going to see Spartan take it away from them. And Team Liquid are in some massive trouble right now because Renegades still have that 2-to-1 stronghold advantage. They have OS. They have Scattershot with OS. More importantly, this is a just lethal combination to play against.
And they're going to go for red again. And the worst thing about getting triple capped on, Ben, is the fact that you don't know exactly where to push. When you're looking at this map linearly, if you're thinking about red, bottom, middle, blue, generally you're going to be trapped in a base and you can prioritize where to go. When you're spawning on the map and the enemy team has all 3 bases, you're not exactly sure where they are, right? It looks like Spartan laying down some shots on Ace there of Team Liquid.
Let him know, Spartan. Let him know. And he's going to push once again towards that blue base. They are losing red base, but again, they will maintain that 2-to-1 stronghold advantage. A trip cap for now. That's going to be taken away from them as the opposite base does get captured by Team Liquid. But at this point, okay, this is the question I wanted to ask you earlier. If you're Team Liquid, you're down 1-2, is it actually worth pushing Pit, or should you overextend, go back towards blue base, try and take that away from Renegades, and then when they rotate back out to red base, do you then take Pit then?
almost a triple kill there from Victory X. But to answer your question, as long as you have turbine control, the choice is yours. You can go ahead and push straight across the map, or you can push around the outside and get control of that. So really the answer to that is just grabbing turbine. Look at that, and that's the exact play. Look at Stellar, what we're seeing there. You want to just drop it and picks up that kill as well. Brilliant plays out of Stellar is what we're seeing. He's able to pull that off as well. You can drop down into the pit, right? You can push across, get right back into turbine that has all the cover. That's the place you want to be. But let's go ahead and spend some time with Ace. His team is down in this match, but they need to bring it back. He does fall, though, with the SMG.
Again, just looking at those player cams, it tells you a massive, massive story. Renegades, whenever we're watching them, you can practically just make out what they're saying. You can lip read it. They're being very, very loud, and they're being very, very energetic with those callouts. Whereas Liquid, on the other hand, I mean, it looks as if they're silent, and there's nothing worse than silence inside that booth.
Right now, back on board with Ace here, who's going to be able to pick up a kill there on Spartan, and his team does grab control.
This is the trip cap now.
Here's the trip cap from Ace. Let's see if he can
such
push
a big
it out
win.
bottom middle.
Oh, that
yes,
is huge.
Indeed. Oh my gosh, on Victory X.
No! Oh, that would have been so, so nice, but unfortunately he's not going to get it. They do still, however, keep that 2-1 stronghold advantage. This is big for Team Liquid if they're going to have any chance of producing the deficit, and they did exactly that question I asked you. Now they can try and jump onto Pit, and that is a huge, huge win for Ace. Stops it being taken, but he has more work to do here. Can he find the second? Ace with a huge double kill. Grabs got a shot, turns around, a triple kill for Ace. Looks for the overkill, doesn't matter. Not going to find it. Instead, wisely jumps onto Pit. Unfortunately, not going to cap it, though. And more importantly, Renegades lose that 2-1 stronghold advantage.
Oh, yeah, but big. I'm speechless there. Plays from Ace. What a move there. He's able to get control of Turbine. Ace knew exactly what he needed to do, and he picked up those kills to get his team back in this match. But it could be too little, too late. Right now, Renegades gets 2-1 control once again.
APG trying to sneakily put some time down on Pit, but he needs to be careful. The Renegades don't just jump down and reset it. In fact, it doesn't matter. He does fall. That's 2 players down for Liquid. They probably have time for one more push. And when they make that push, they're not going to be able to make any more mistakes for the remainder of this game. Heinz immediately off spawn has to push Blue Base. It's a trip cap now for Renegades in the closing part of this game. Heinz is going to lose that gunfight, and that is going to be GG. Renegades surprising so many with a 3-0 sweep over Team Liquid.
Fast. What a game there. They're going to win that game 100-50. So despite the fact that Team Liquid put up a fight at the end, Renegades is able to win 3-0, and they will advance to their next match of group play.
And that makes Group A so very interesting. We all had Team Liquid coming out, and now down 0-1 in the group with Renegades up 1-0. That makes it so very interesting. Looking at that scoreboard there, 24 kills for Stellar. What a job he did. Victory X there with 19 as well, and the assist column really does tell you a lot. 16 kills for Spartan, 13 assists for Victory X, and 15 coming in for Ninja as well.
And I have to say on Team Liquid, not a single player going positive. Ace, the only player to go even. Big numbers though, 17 and 17 with 12 assists, but not a single player on Team Liquid going positive in terms of kills and deaths. If you want to win that game type, you need to have Slay and Control.
Absolutely.
Right? There are rare exceptions where a team could get away with simply really having good rotations. However, that wasn't the case. Renegades came out to play. That was some of the best turbine control I've seen. It was very, very disciplined. Ace and Liquid had some moments of greatness in that series as he was able to pick up that triple kill around the pit and start to get his team with some points on the board, but it was too late for that.
I think the perfect example of that was what we saw from Stellar when he was just in that turbine area, threw that grenade in towards Pit, picked up the kill, backed up, got the double kill. That's exactly how you control turbine and how you control Pit, and it was just textbook play from Renegades that whole game.
The other reason that's very useful is the ability, right, to drop down when Ovi comes up. You drop down, you time it so you avoid the grenades, and you fly right back up. Looking at the series overview once again, Renegades all over the scoreboard. They win CGF Truth 3-0. They win Eden Slayer narrowly 50-41.
That was much closer than the scoreline says.
Yeah, exactly. 50-41 is that final score. 9 kills does not do that justice, but 100-50 on Empire Strongholds. They just had really complete map control. It felt like Liquid was always desperately trying to figure out where can we go, where can we push, and once you have control of those bases, especially with the scatter shot control that Renegades had, they made it so difficult for Team Liquid to be able to do anything in that match.
I think after losing that Slayer game there, I think Liquid's confidence may have taken a big knock, and you kind of saw that at the early parts of that Empire Strongholds, and from there, they were never really able to recover. So you have to give massive props there to Renegades for not making any mistakes, really.
Right.
Every time they kind of lost control, they were very quick at grouping as a team, winning those individual gunfights, and then pushing a stronghold.
I think one of the best things we saw from Renegades is that, yes, this is the Victory X that they needed to show up, right? Yes, Stellar is really a fantastic player, and the rest of the roster as well. I mean, good stuff from them, Spartan and Ninja. On the other side, we did not see the best from APG and Heinz, right? We did not see the best from Ace and Unlegit on the other side of the screen. So I have to say, Renegades, they came out to play, right? We're here at day 1 at X Games. There's only so many group stage matches that you play.
Yep.
Renegades made all 3 of those count. They made quick work of Team Liquid, who will have to do some serious work tomorrow to get into the top 4.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We could potentially see that tie that I talked about at the very beginning of the day. Hopefully, love some storylines and some drama games. Why not? But that's going to do it from myself and Bravo from the casting desk. For now, we can send down to Walshy with an interview with Ninja.
Thank you, Benson. I am here with Ninja. How does it feel beating the team that just dropped you 3 weeks ago?
It feels about as good as it can, man. You know, I'd like to say it was like taking candy from a baby. Whoa. I'm just kidding.
So, what do you think is the key to your success? Because obviously, Team Liquid before, you guys had some success, but after you parted ways, it seems like Renegades have taken off. No matter the lineup you've had, you had Comley before, and now you have Stellar. Why is Renegades so good?
Honestly, it's a combination of all players. The 3 people who haven't really changed are myself, Spartan the Dog, and Victory X, and Cam, dude. He's got a great understanding of the game. I really was worried, like way before, like 2 months into a month into the game. I was like, I didn't think Victory X was going to be that top player. Completely blew me away. Was the only great player on Cloud9 left, really, that is now on a top team. He's just been playing lights out. But Spartan the Dog, man, this guy, and Stellar, both those kids, they're just these young gods, and they're just incredible, man.
So, does Renegades have what it takes to walk away with a gold medal here at X Games?
Definitely. We just got to play our best, man. Hopefully we can come out on top of the first seed, come out of the pool, beating Allegiance and Epsilon, and then we just bring it in on Saturday.
What's going to be the key to beating Allegiance?
The key to beating Allegiance is going to be playing at their pace, which is going to be just as fast as us. We're really excited to play against them. We had a best of 5, game 5 against them in an online cup, and really it was just anyone's game. We're really excited to get a rematch against them.
When I was talking to Snakebite earlier, he said that Renegades were the most fast-paced team here at this event. Do you think that's true, or do you think Allegiance are faster paced? Because you credited them and said, well, we got to play at their pace.
Kind of like it's a two-way thing. Their pace is also playing pretty quickly, but also really nerdy. Like they're really good with nerd nades. They know how to nade weapons to themselves very well. They know really good jumps. So it's basically just up to us to keep at that pace, right? Make those same nerd jumps, make those great plays and great flag runs, and we should be able to take the series.
Well, congratulations on the win. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we have Evil Geniuses taking on Dream Teams. Catch you later.